Vamron. I pray your search was more productive than my own. A bit. Went a bit better. Everyone is here. Excellent. So, were you able to find our clone in Azisla? Nay, not but the discarded Alcanium remained. How fared you with your own efforts in the Central Highlands? In the course of retracing Vandrew's steps, we came upon the wreck of the Sully. I suspect he found the vessel abandoned in Azisla and tried to use it to return to Ishgard. But he crashed en route and was subsequently rescued by the patrol from Camp Dragonhead. So it would seem, and the Archbishop airship was not the only thing we found. Profane Fafnir was there too. The creature chose to flee, but not before Vamron had a vision of Bandu's past. Go on, my friend. Share with us what you witnessed. All the pieces fit, and it is as you surmise, my lord. Bandu and the clone are one and the same, and in his despair, he turned into a blasphemy. Yet the confusion he exhibits when asked his name, it's as if he wasn't sure of his own identity. According to the Scions, Primals retain the memories of their previous incarnations. From this, it may be assumed that the clone harbors the memories of all those who became King Thoradin and his Knights 12. Though he struggles to reconcile these conflicting memories, he managed to settle on the name Vandrew. The voices within were clearly in agreement when facing Vamron, the mere sight of whom drove the blasphemy to flee. Above all, however, they share in the desire to protect the Archbishop. This desire was seared in Vandrew's very being, and when he learned that he no longer had a purpose, the heavens were took up armed against us and Ishgard. By their hands were we robbed one of our finest knights and a dear friend. Even so, I would not wish such a terrible fate upon them. The self-same fate inflicted upon full many clergymen, and a fate I fear ordinary citizens will succumb to if we fail to act. The people will not soon forget the betrayal of our church leadership, nor should they. But absent the comfort and stability once afforded to them by the institution, many have become lost and are all too vulnerable to despair. I thought as much myself, my friend, but to hear you say it as well. Indeed, when the ground upon which we stand crumbles, we must find the strength to move forward, even should it cause us pain to do so. Lord Adro, at the next house session, I shall call for an electoral council to be held. My lord, such a gathering is reserved for... Oh, you intend for the church to codify new doctrine. Since the separation of religion and state, we have refrained from interfering in church affairs. But if the church is to remain a part of Ishgard society and continue serving the people, it must reconsider its role and formally address the recent revelations. I would call for this council not as the Lord Speaker, but as a humble adherent of the faith. Long had I considered whether such measures were necessary, but lacked the courage to set them in motion. I now have it thanks to you. I shall tend to the necessary preparations at once. Among other things, we must reach out to those of the clergy who are amenable to reform. I ask for your patience in the meantime. Back to Charlene. Back to the main story. What the hell am I going? So, have you learned aught more of the final days? Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the First, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of the blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Alice and Alphanode have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Eminus is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating, still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Y'shtola and Master Matoya have been making a concentrated effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tarturu and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the fort. From what we gathered, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, since we have not seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Fauchelevent to the people of Razathan. Following their decision, Vitra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the forum's invitation. So far, so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hainish refugees to the tower, Alphanode, Alice, Estinians, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now the final days have come to Garlemald. Shortly after your friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fauchelevent. Then, panic broke out, and our communication was severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Vamron. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Lads was their first port of call, so you best start there. Hopefully, Lucia will know where they are. There is no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. Vamron, and not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you will have heard, your fellow scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greeting short after received word from our troops on the Magnus Glacier that the foreign airship had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you are ready to depart. Okay. Earlier on the Magnus Glacier,
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same you who fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense. How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
Oh, am I playing Alfie? I am playing Alfie. Okay. I don't know what anything does.
See to the wounded.
Help is at hand.
It's for your sons. Sure.
Leave it to me.
those who can stand, come with me.
Easy now. Deep breaths. You're safe now.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Someone, please!
What?
No. Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then? In time enough to be of aid, for once. We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride! Of that I've no doubt.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
What's different about Alex? Bowling, okay, know what that does, know what that does.
done yet.
None to worry about. The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
As they say, turnabout's fair play. On guard.
Nice.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you, from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out!
Get out of here! Quickly!
Okay, Croc can do the
I won't
hero
lose
life.
them! Not a one! This will be a brighter future! I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
There's my pistol at Sark.
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of him as it is. You mustn't let Eorzea's hero fight alone. Oh. I can look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order, I trust?
I've had enough of this rabble! Come on!
Oh, a trio for the ages. Just the beginning.
I had a feeling I'd find you here. This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!